The starting list for the big finale in this women's individual apparatus final. Gina Gosian already claimed gold in the vault. Lavinia Milicevic, the Olympic champion. Dominique Dawes of the USA. Shannon Miller, the defending world champion. Mo Huilan Pizquin of Belarus. Korkina steps in as Joanna Hughes is unable to compete due to her injury. And last but not least, the youngster who really has impressed, Dina Korechkova. The men's parallel bars finale, Yonggin Soo of Korea, Vitaly Sherbo, defending champion, Charipov of the Ukraine, Chaibayev of Russia, Nemov, another young rising star, Lee Ju-hyung of Korea, Huang Liping of China, and Ivan Ivanov of Bulgaria. The two sets of top 8 competitors as Shannon Miller prepares in what really will be another wonderful battle between her and Lavinia Milicevic, but there are one or two youngsters that we really should watch out for. And Monica, I know that Dina Kochetkova has caught your eye in the qualifications and earlier on in the apparatus finals yesterday.
Yeah, she's a beautiful gymnast. In fact, all of the Russians are, but she was superb, and I couldn't quite understand the judging on her. I'm not a judge, although I have judged, and I really couldn't see why she was so low down. Brilliant gymnast. It's going to be a very interesting floor final. Very interesting, because so many of them have different qualities. Gosian travels along the floor. She's not expressive. Milicevic, an animal of a gymnast. She'll give it absolutely everything. So will Dawes, but isn't a refined gymnast. You know, she's not pert and stretched. Shannon, mechanical but precise to the end. Huilan Mo from China. Now there's a talent, but will she get it together? And then we've got Kochetkova, the beauty, and Korkina, the long, elegant gymnast from Russia. Puts me very much in memory of the Queen, Boginskaya, who isn't here now, retired.
Silver medalist at the World Championships in this apparatus a year ago. She's already claimed gold in the vault final yesterday. Gina Gosian of Romania in her quest to go one better and put the pressure on teammate Milicevic and the Romanian opposition, the duo from America, Dawes and Miller.
And a mistaken music selection, because working to Daniela Silivash's old music, and Silivash worked to this absolutely superbly. So I'm already biased, because this is a second-rate routine to what I'm used to seeing to the music, and I think that a lot of the viewers will share my opinion. Gosian, beautiful tumbler. Nice 1.5 turning hop. The dance elements in artistic gymnastics are called the gymnastic skills, and the tumbling elements are called the acrobatic skills, and there must be a balance of the two. And for the viewers, it's easy to see the difficult acrobatic skills, not quite so easy to recognize those gymnastic skills. That a necessary combination. Must finish on at least a B combination, and she did there on her 3-jump combination, but that smile she gave us at the end, she should have actually squeezed out during.
Well, not easy being drawn first in the most competitive of all the individual medals at these championships for the women. And Gosian, well, she'll have to wait very carefully indeed, but she'll have to wait and see whether Milicevic and Miller make mistakes, because for me, not as positive or as focused as we saw in the qualification round from Gina Gosian.
No, and no matter what you've got to give, you go into a final, first one on the floor, you give it everything. And I mean, on floor, everything includes a smile, includes the chin-up, includes selling and saying to the judges, look at me. And that was lacking. 9-7-6-2 first, but only one person gone.
Gojin has got the women's floor final underway, and Jongjin Soo of Korea. Well, his teammate Yeo Hong Chul has just picked up a bronze in the vault final, but it's good to see the Koreans developing outside of the vault and into other apparatus. They have tended to very much specialize. Now, Jongjin Soo, part of that team that came in 8th position in the Barcelona Olympic Games in the team competition, so not a complete stranger to world-class competition. Needs something very special indeed, as Vitaly Sherbo now really does have the bit between his teeth and is starting to get into that frame of mind where he's beginning to believe that he's almost unstoppable in his quest for 3 golds out of 3 apparatus finals. Jongjin Soo for Korea will get the parallel bar final underway.
This very different approach in this World Championships, where anybody can enter and you don't have to pass through competition 2, to me invalidates individual apparatus titles in previous years. I feel so sorry for gymnasts who are owners of world titles who've had to qualify through competition 2. Soo had a bit of a hesitant mount, but going well on double heelie into the half turn. He's had double front in between the bars, double back in between the bars, but an extra swing to continue the sequence. See just how tiny he is. Very small gymnast, quick-witted, lots of skill, and great to see the Koreans come through on something different other than vault. Quite a different build, whereas the 2 vaulters were real little powerhouses with strong legs. They're a much more of a delicate physique in Jongjin Soo.
We return to the floor. The Olympic champion in this apparatus, Lavinia Milicevic. She's had highs and lows, and so far for her work in these World Championships has been rewarded with a silver and a bronze medal. This possibly a gold on its way once again to Romania. It's the last chance for Lavinia.
Yes, Lavinia scored a 10 in the Olympics, and I'm pleased to say that we haven't had a 10, so when we do get a 10 we'll really be excited about it. Brilliant opening there. She looks on target, and this routine of Milicevic, I think, has more dance quality than ever before, and it's a good deal tidier than the routine that actually scored her a 10 in the Olympics. But of course, the rules have been updated since then. Middle tumble, flick, whip, flick, 2.5 twist punch front, but a step out. Remember, the gymnasts have got to produce 2D elements in competition 3 and micro deductions right down to 0.05. A long wait before the last tumble, in fact too long. Triple twist. Good musical interpretation up to a point. I think the end didn't fit the music quite so dramatically as it could have done. The triple twist landing she didn't believe in. She looked at the floor, saw she'd landed on the floor, then decided to put her head up. Really not a positive ending, but a positive beginning. There's the whip flick, 2.5 twist, punch front. First of all, performed by Elena Davidova. But now, losing her feet on the triple twist.
He's the only competitor that's qualified for all of the individual finals, and we'll await Milicevic's score very carefully and closely indeed. 4.87. The standard set in the men's parallel bar competition. defending champion. 23-year-old, his third final of these World Championships, and now looking for his third gold. Vitaly Scherbo, the winner of the Olympic Games and the World Championships a year ago.
Well, he's done it for glory in the past. Now he's doing it for glory and for money in the bank. And no more deserving. Very good combinations. Difficult work. Allowed 3 minor stops in the routine. Stick. Well, a hint of a movement on that landing there. Little leg split, and on the double in between the bars, he does bounce a little bit on his forearms. See here. Into that straddle cut. Bent arm press to handstand. Didn't stay there that long. That was in slow motion. He actually is a little bit under-rotated on that, having to haul the handstand into shape, which did affect his dismount.
Milicevic takes the lead in the floor. Now the competition starts to warm up. The first of the 2 American challengers, Dominique Dawes, 17 years of age.
That was a lovely transition from one tumble to another. Oh dear, 1/10 out, marked it of 9.9, and that is crucial. What a shame. Dawes' exercise is really exciting. Beautiful tumbling. And very different. Lovely interpretation. I would so much like to see her get a gold medal, but she's blown that chance now. So let's hope she can do well enough to stay in. Silver, bronze, something she hasn't achieved, pulling back out to a nice landing. But this is going to be a difficult one for Dawes, because as good as she is on the tumbling, we've got others with better artistry. Final tumble. 2.5 twist. And having stepped out of the floor and given away a 10th at one time, a 10th wouldn't have mattered. But in this day and age where deductions are micro, 0.05 for one deduction, she really can't get a gold, and I don't think she'll get into the medals. She made quite a few little mistakes and only out of 9.9.
This is the 4th and last apparatus in the women's competition. There, the slow motion of Dominique Dawes clearly stepping out of the floor.
And Nick, it wasn't just the step out of the floor. The whole tumble run was overcooked. It was badly paced, and so she's not just losing a 10th for that.
Scherbo goes into first position and is on target for yet another gold. His third of the championships, could be on its way in the parallel bars, but there are another 6 finalists to come. And some very talented performers. Rustam Charipov, the 23-year-old, 6th in the rings final. Charipov will know the score of Scherbo, knows his target.
Yeah, Scherbo won it in 93 with a score of 9.6. And now the new code of point has been more fully explored, so I think to win it on a 9.5 plus isn't a certainty. And Sharapov, excellent parallel bar worker. The transitions from skill to skill really do look effortless from him. He sort of rides the bars so well. That lovely front piped somersault from hands to hands into the Healy and into another piped somersault with repeat Healy and double front. That was a mammoth combination. That was splendid.
I can remember Rustam Charipov coming to the World Championships a year ago in Birmingham looking very nervous and making really silly mistakes for a gymnast who's trained and as focused as Rustam, but he seems to have put that behind him, come to terms with his pre-competition nerves, and that was a good performance. Dominique Dawes could be a bronze medal in third position. This is the one, Shannon Miller, the defending world champion. She's just claimed gold literally 20 minutes ago in the beam. Now, can she add a second gold in the individual apparatus and make it 3 for the World Championships?
And this is really interesting because now she's directly compared her mechanical style. Oh, bad step back there. Did she go out? Can't see. But her mechanical style in comparison to the beautiful dancers, which in the all-around event, there were so many gymnasts, we didn't have time to directly compare the better floor routines. But it really is such a well-rehearsed exercise. Clever choreography and good musical interpretation. She knows every half note of this music, absolutely everything. Oh, that was a bit of a stutter, moved right over to the right. Well, undoubtedly beautiful, but not the precise Shannon we saw in the overall event, which helped to give her the world overall crown. I think that this could be difficult. I can't see her getting gold on that.
9.750 was the score for Shannon Miller. She was first in the qualification, but there, clearly stepping out of the floor. And as we've pointed out before, she will be penalised for that error. 9.837. The Olympic champion, Milicevic, leads, but vital errors from the defending world champion. And it's our view here in the commentary box that Shannon Miller has not done enough.
Snooker. 4 up-and-coming young stars take on the world's 3 top players from the United Kingdom, John Parrott, Jimmy White and Steve Davis, in the European Snooker League. A weekly rendezvous with the best of international snooker. Young talent face-to-face with the champions. Snooker, the European League, Tuesday 11 p.m. here on Eurosport.
Well, welcome back. Rustam Charipov has taken the lead in the parallel bars. 9.682, which puts Vitaly Sherbo for the first time in today's individual apparatus finals down into a runner-up position as we reach the halfway point of the men's P-bar final. Evgeny Chabayev from Moscow, 2.49, now needs to score above 9.6 if he's to stay in with a medal chance. Still awaiting the score of Shannon Miller's floor exercise, which we will move over to immediately after this routine.
And another beautiful gymnast. Just look at the leg line and the ease with which he moves between the rails. And gymnastics not as subjective as many people think. There are requirements that the gymnasts have to fulfill, and isn't it nice to see that it's not the number on the shirt or the name behind the face that scores the points. We've seen that. Sharapov's ahead of Vitaly Sherbo. But Chabiev doing some beautiful work. Legs like rods. Just a slight hesitancy, and that really was magnified on slow motion, but at the speed of the human eye, hardly detectable.
Shannon Miller awaits her score, and the big surprise of the women's floor competition. She has gone into third position, 9.687. So far, the Olympic champion, Lavinia Milicevic, is on target to claim gold in the women's floor with a score of 9.837. Her teammate, Gosian, lies second on 9.762, and Shannon Miller bitterly disappointed with that 9.687. And there's a whole wealth of talent still to come in that women's floor final. And Monica Miller could be lucky to hold on to bronze.
Oh, very lucky, because, you know, being marked out of 9.9, it's very much dependent on what the others do. Very disappointing, and having to get quite a bit of earache from Steve Nunna, I suspect, but she didn't look at him. She didn't really want to hear what he said. But Evgeny Chabiev, 9.55. Some beautiful work, but just not enough of the difficulty.
Well, that's knocked Vitaly Sherbo down into the bronze medal position now in this parallel bars competition. Another youngster, Alexei Nemov. Well, he won a team prize in the European Juniors with Voropeov, who claimed the silver in the all-around competition. So, if you can find the form that Voropeov showed us on Thursday, Nemov could be a surprise in this parallel bar competition.
Very nice combination. Oof, nearly a bit of tension lost on that handstand. Double back handstand. His first series was the better of the two. Oh yes. Some good work, one good series, but if anybody can produce two jolly good linked series of force skills, this is what is going to take the gold. But Nemov working very well. Very little to choose between Sharapov and Nemov and Chabiev. Very close encounter between those three. Quite a mini duel.
Back to the women's floor. Mo Huilan, the new face, could be an outsider to upset Lavinia Milicevic. Her target is 9.837. She's possibly feeling a little happier having seen Shannon Miller disappoint and make errors. The question is, has the youngster got the nerve in the final?
Well, she'd create history if she could pull it off, because the Chinese have never had a gold on floor. Pull him back out piked. And even though it's cute, the quality of the dance and the body positions, the balletic presentation, good. Bad double spin though, dropped onto the heel, and she could have that element discounted, but she'll have enough C elements anyway. Middle run, flick, whip, whip, double twist, good combination. The series there upgrading to bonus points. Rudy, bad mistake there. I like this little bit. It's cute and pert without taking away from the real quality of artistry. Very nice. Full in, back out. Oh dear. In the middle, when she did the handspring 1.5 twisting front and she bounced out of it, that was really lack of experience and how to cope with it. You know, if I was coaching somebody, I'd say, well, for heaven's sake, did you have to make such a pig's ear of that little mistake? But the end, it was overcooked. She really didn't want to fall over. Step back. No, that was the middle one. Here. A bit unnecessary to make such a meal of that little error. Just the bad angle as she came into the floor. But this, the one. Full twisting double back. Feet underneath. And, oh dear, yeah, she's gone out of the floor area and run back 4 times. So that's not just the 10th, that's a big penalty.
Nemov goes into second position, 9.5. And that really does bring this parallel bars competition to a head. It really is close now. Charipov still leads with 9.612. Lee Chu-hyung, 21-year-old from Korea.
Chu-hyung came 7th in the all-around event. A very good result for him and for Korea. So far, as regards artistry, a little bit outclassed on P-bars. Got the combinations, but not a brilliant leg line.
9.4 was the Korean score in that all-around 7th position. And he'll need to improve that by just over 2 points if he's to jump into the gold medal position. Should also be moving over to hopefully pick up Mo Huilan's score of China. 15-year-old goes into 5th position, 9.462. So if you've just joined us or you've been following us throughout, the Olympic champion Lavinia Milicevic for Romania, 9.837, still leads as Jelena Piskan next to challenge Belarusia.
4th in last year's World Championship in Birmingham. Very talented gymnast, fluent, strong physique. Gymnastics, unless you have so many qualities, can create a terrible stress on the physique. Coaching has to be thorough from somebody knowledgeable and done over a long period of time. Piskun has got a resilient physique. Perhaps a little bit chunky, but she's certainly got the power. Good combination. We're finishing with the 2.5 twist. Nice jump series. Just to my mind, lacking real beauty and artistry. If she could work on the artistic side to match the powerful tumbling, we could see a lot more of her. The final tumble, not good by her standards. On the 1.5 twisting front, really just managing to make her feet. And she'll gain as much of a deduction as she would have done if she'd gone out of the floor on that last tumble. That the opening tumble, good series, well spotted. This the middle, whip into 2.5 twist, but like Dominique Dawes, a huge step out of it. And here the final tumble, handspring, fly spring, 1.5 twisting front, but a very uncontrolled.
The return to the men's parallel bars competition. Still leading, Rustam Charipov of the Ukraine, as Huang Liping of China needs to score above 9.612 if he is to take the lead away from the Eastern European, with Ivan Ivanov of Bulgaria also to follow, the Chinese number 1 in the parallel bars.
And beautiful work so far. Double back. And showing two shapes, tucked and piked. Oh, yes! And he floated over the bar. Absolutely floated over it. And Li Jing made a habit of winning gold on parallel bars last year. The gold eluded China, but he could go into the lead on that. 2 combinations, 2 flight elements with varying shape, and that's going to be very hard to beat, especially when he plopped that dismount on the end. Look at the height on that. But the flying back, watch the height of the double back piked. He almost had time to line out before hitting the floor. That was excellent.
Jelena Puskin outside the medals, 9.675, 4th position, and Milicevic, Romania, still leads. 2 performers left in this women's floor final, and it will take something very special indeed now to knock off Milicevic from that top position. The Olympic champion so far on target, but this youngster has proved good skills throughout this competition, has been rewarded with 2 silver medals in the vault and the asymmetric bars. Steps in as reserve for Joanna Hughes of Australia, Svetlana Korkina of Russia.
Yes, she stepped in to the final and just stepped out of it because putting her hands down at the beginning, no chance, that's a fall. So she's going to be pleased with top 8 in the world. She's going to have to be pleased because she's out of the medals. But the same sultry gymnastics, and she's really gone to pieces. Same sultry type of gymnastics as Boginskaya, the ex-queen. But now 2 faults, and big ones at that. 2 5/10 deductions, and she just doesn't stand a chance of coming anywhere but 8th. And in the all-around event, she had a beautiful exercising. She got about 9.612, and she was really disappointed with her mark. And this would have been an ideal opportunity to have another shot at it and see if she could squeeze a few more. 10ths out of the judges. Now, having fallen twice, has she got enough mental stamina? Triple twist. She lost her edge very early on with the hand touch on the full in back out. Then another fall on the middle tumble. What a pity for Korkina. And I wonder what Alex Andrianov has to say about that. And here the opening, look, undercooked, hands down, otherwise it would have been right onto the tip of the nose. And straight across the floor into another fall, poor devil. That was a shame. And she's done it lots of times before, nailed the triple twist. Really a matter of attitude, the problem there between the left and the right ear.
Well, 2 silver medals for Korkina as China have found a replacement for their double world champion Li Jing. And Huang Liping has gone into gold medal position in the men's parallel bars competition. And Ivanov has had to witness that, and it seems to have possibly taken a little of his concentration away. The 19-year-old from Varna, 7th in the floor final, but now really does need to find the performance of a lifetime if he's to steal the lead away from Huang.
Yes, he suddenly looked dauntingly at the P-bars. Must be nothing worse when you're in with a chance and then somebody goes before you and does an outrageous routine. But this is good gymnastics. Extra swing there. Yes, thought he had a little extra swing in the middle, but perhaps on reflection, not short. And some very good difficulty. Compact little gymnast. The P-bars stand 1.75 m and is well under the height of the P-bars. Well under. Oh, we didn't have skid over the parallel bars there when you compare it to the quality of the dismount we saw from Huang Liping.
9.575. He needs to score above to claim a bronze medal. Well, a tier or two. 7th position for Svetlana Korkina. I'm sure she will think back to her 2 silver medals in the vault and the asymmetric bars. Well, the 8th qualifier for this floor competition, Dina Kochetkova. She's already performed well, 2 bronze medals. And 9.800 her score in the all-around competition. She needs to improve on that. 9.837 her target.
Double layout opener. Oh, nice combination there. Handspring, full twisting front tuck. She is so beautiful. When a split leap is a split leap, she goes beyond. A nice combination again, full twisting front, straight front. Turning split leap, shushing over. Good musical interpretation with such beauty. She's got lovely upper body posture like a ballerina. When she jumps, her shoulders don't shrug up into her ears. Now, so far we've had a good opening tumble. We've had a good middle tumble and like a mini tumble. Now it's all important because she's on target to do brilliantly. Whoops! Full twisting double back. Boy, oh boy, what a routine there from Dina Kochetkova. She's only 15 from CSKA Moscow. And I think Leonid Arkiev, look at him. Boy, yeah, he'll be pleased with one of his little girls. The opening, double layout. She's so frail, she doesn't look as though she's got the ability in those legs, even though they are really striated. They don't look powerful enough to lift her up high enough to do a double layout. And this the final. Full twisting double back. She doesn't look out of puff either.
She needs to beat 9.837. Lavinia Milicevic, the Olympic champion in this apparatus. Well, it's one for the judges. She will be absolutely bitterly disappointed if she's been upstaged by the 15-year-old, and she has. 9.850. Congratulations from Korkina, but Dina Kochetkova becomes the world floor champion of 1994 in sensational style. The last of the 8 finalists, 2 bronze in the all-around and the asymmetric bars, and in her last performance of the championships, she's added gold, and Korkina looks as happy as Kochetkova. Well, not to be for Ivan Ivanov of Bulgaria, 9.550, which means China has claimed gold in the parallel bars, but a sensation in the women's floor.
Absolutely brilliant. But what tickled me is that Korkina was more pleased than Kochetkova. I think Kochetkova was a bit numb, because in the first round, in the all-around, frankly, I couldn't understand why she didn't do better. She was so beautiful, but brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, right to the end of the competition, and the youngster, well, showed no sign of nerves whatsoever, and I think those 2 bronze medals had prepared young Dina for this challenge. But one has to leave or mention a note for Lavinia Milicevic. It's now 2 silvers and a bronze for the Olympic champion. Very difficult indeed, but Kochetkova and Huang, the 2 gold medalists from these apparatus finals. Which leaves us 1 apparatus left as we take a look at the confirmed result. Huang replaces Li Jing of China as the world's #1 in the parallel bars, with Sharipov of the Ukraine second, and a youngster star in the making, Alexei Nemov, certainly a name for the notebook, in the bronze medal position. Vitaly Sherbo, the defending world champion, disappointing for him, down in 6th position. He'll be back to try and claim a gold medal in the high bar competition. Well, Li Ping, possibly one of the big surprises, but China always a force to be reckoned with. They have shown great skills in this apparatus in years gone by. Li Jing, the world champion of 92 and of 91 in Indianapolis, and Huang Liping's score of 9.775. A clear leader, an emphatic victory for the number one from China. And the floor exercise, well, the women's apparatus, we knew it would be exciting, we knew it would be close. Disappointment for Shannon Miller and Lavinia Milicevic, but a young Russian star has once again grabbed the headlines. Dina Kochetkova adds gold to her 2 bronze medals. She needed to score better than her 9.8 of that all-around competition, and she has done just that. It brings the women's competition to a close with one apparatus left, and that's the men's high bar. The all-around champion Ivankov will be doing battle with Vitaly Sherbo, and also a new name from Slovenia, Pegan, who was the winner of the qualification. The official result, Kochetkova, the 15-year-old, overhauls the Olympic champion Milicevic, with Gogin making it a Romanian. Double in the medals, but no gold. Short commercial break, and we will be back to the finale of the 1994 World Artistic Gymnastic Championships from Brisbane in Australia.